So as you know, last night, the Charlotte Hornets lost to the New Orleans Pelicans 124-112. The effort was there. But me and others, like we've been telling you, the roster is just not good enough. Now, Gordon Hayward, let's be honest, Mr. Glass had a good game. He scored 26 points. Offensively, of course. Ed Terry Rozier, he had a double-double, had 11 assists. The 5 position is the Hornets' weakest link. And I know a lot of people got annoyed when folks were saying, the Hornets got to get a center. The Hornets got to get a center. The Hornets got to get a center. I know this. But you saw it. Valanciunas, who is a good center, a standard good center, had 30 points and 17 fucking assists. Excuse my language. That's embarrassing. And if the Hornets do not but find a substitute for Plumlee, more centers, the better ones at least, will have a field day against Plumlee. His defense was trash all game. And the Pelicans could do anything in the paint because the Hornets do not have a viable center. Plus, a bunch of fouling. It's the difference between playing hard and with effort and being smart. And Steve Clifford, a breath of fresh air. The more I listen to Steve Clifford, and I'm being honest with y'all, the more I am respecting this coach more. He doesn't sugarcoat a damn thing. And here's what he said about this team. He's not giving moral victories. He's not saying, well, Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward had a lot of points and that was good. No. He said a little bit of good stuff, but still, he let everyone know that this team is being held back by fouling too much, not being disciplined. Bunch of hero ball, a bunch of crap that doesn't lead to winning. Here's what he had to say.
Those turnovers in the first course were actually mostly unforced. I mean, we got guys wide open. Just give the point guard the ball. We had 2 of those that were not okay. We get stripped by a rebounder because we're not strong with the ball. It's not ball pressure. That's careless. Okay, we have a flip outlet pass. That's got nothing to do with the defense. That's careless. So those, to me, those aren't forced turnovers. Okay, teams are going to do that every night. And if you're going to turn the ball over in those situations, you're going to play from behind. We did a good job getting back in it, but the bigger thing out of it is just the fouling. Just undisciplined basketball. I mean, just crazy. And I mean, they got to the bonus early in the third quarter, and they just started posting the ball, and we didn't do what we were supposed to do. And every time the ball went in there, we're fouling, hacking. It's really bad basketball is what it is. I don't care if it's the second game of the year. You got to call it what it is. That's what I just told the guys. We played hard. I mean, they're good. Obviously, they played well. We were right there. You can't foul. You can't be minus 21 from the free throw line and beat a good team. You can't beat any team in this league. It's just not going to happen. Good?
So when you say bad basketball, you're talking mainly about a lot of turnovers and...
I'm talking about just the fouling. So last year in the NBA, the absolute best thing you could do, this is every year, is get fouled. It's 1.52 points per possession. A layup's 1.26. A corner 3 is 1.14. It's an astronomical difference, right? And so listen, you're going to go back. I mean, you guys won't have to do it. We fouled twice, I want to say, in the last 3.5 minutes when the game was like at 8. Gambling. It's just, we didn't play. We did a lot of good things. I'm just saying is, to lose a game like that, it's not okay. Not in this league. And we have smart guys. It's just a lack of discipline or understanding what wins in this league. Getting to the free throw line, there's nothing more important than that. Nothing.
Just want to ask about Terry Rozier and how he managed the offense, and yet I think he would like to shoot better than 7 of 24, but everything, it seemed like he was high energy and bringing it on both ends of the floor. And just
played 36 minutes. I mean, he's a terrific competitor. Obviously he and Gordon right now have a huge load, like we're playing through them so much. And they were both terrific, I mean, again, we scored 112, and that's with, the first half turnovers just, it hurt our offense, it crushed our defense, right? And then the second half, I felt like our defense was a little bit better, except for the fouling. So, but no, Terry played well, and he gave us a chance.
And his ankle, no issues there at the end of the game.
He played at the end, so I don't know. I mean, hopefully not.
Well stated by Coach Clifford. And look, it's common sense to know that the Pelicans have a better retooled roster. Zion Williamson, it looks to be healthier now, even though he only has 16 points and 7 for 19 shooting. But expect more good games for him. Brandon Ingram doing Brandon Ingram things with 28 points. And then McCollum, he balances out. He can score with the best of them. The thing that irks me again, Valanciunas with 30 points and 17 rebounds. That should never happen. Ever. Now, if Zion averages that against the Hornets, that's Zion, so that makes sense. But Valanciunas, again, he's not a scrub, but he's not elite. Going forward this season, I know it's early. Since Coach Clifford is bringing the reality into coaching, meaning the reality of what this team needs to hear, no matter what record they have, there's going to be two people I blame if the Hornets have a horrible record. And that's the owner and management. Now, Michael Jordan is a Hall of Famer, best player of all time. I get that. But as an owner, his problem is not putting out a respectable roster. And Mitch Kupchak is just his lackey. But I like the signing of Dennis Smith Jr. I like that Nick Richards is getting more minutes. But you got to have more than that. When I look at the Hornets, they look small. They play hard, but they look like a small team. And lastly, LaMelo Ball. The Hornets miss LaMelo's creativity, his swagger, his bravado, and that dog that you need in every locker room. They missed him out there. And Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier can score as many points per game, but it's not the same. I cannot wait until I see LaMelo in this offense. Even though the Hornets lost this game, they played their tails off. But it takes more, like Coach Clifford's mentioned, it takes more than effort. You have to be a smarter team, especially if you have less talent. The next game, the Hornets will be playing against the 2-0 Atlanta Hawks. You know they're talented. But this is RawTruth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings, peace and love, and I'm out.